So what does it really take to be successful in the world today? We're going to dive into something called the architecture of resilience and how the choices we make when we're young might just be the actual key to unlocking our potential.
Have you ever noticed this? It's a total puzzle, right? You see kids from really tough backgrounds and they're just crushing it, getting into top-tier colleges. And then you see other kids who seem to have every single advantage, and they struggle with the exact same exams. It's this paradox that tells us something much deeper is going on.
On one side, you have this fierce, gritty determination that overcomes incredible odds. And on the other, you have all the resources in the world, and they just don't translate into success. Now, this isn't some weird one-off thing. It's a pattern we're seeing everywhere, and it suggests the very definition of achievement has changed.
What we're really looking at here is a fundamental shift. The old rules for success, the ones most of us grew up with, they just don't really apply in the same way. The whole game has changed, and it's time for a new playbook.
Think about it. It used to be that success was all about access. Access to books, to good schools, to information. But now, with the internet, quality knowledge is pretty much everywhere. The bottleneck has shifted. The new currency for success isn't what you can get your hands on. It's your internal ability to learn and your resilience.
So what are these new capabilities anyway? Well, think of it like having an internal engine. It's that mental toughness that lets you soak up new information, the flexibility to adapt when things get hard, and just the sheer perseverance to keep on going, no matter what.
And here's the really crucial part. These are not skills you can just decide to pick up in your 30s. All the experience and research points to a critical window, a window in childhood where the very foundation for this resilience is actually built.
And this isn't just some theory, This conviction is built on 3 solid decades of hands-on work with thousands of learners, from corporate executives all the way to young students.
The whole idea really boils down to this powerful statement: success capabilities are fundamentally shaped in childhood. I mean, let that sink in. The architecture for our future success is being drawn up in our earliest years.
And let's be super clear about what this means. Sure, you can always refine these skills as an adult, you can sharpen the tools. But building them from scratch, if that foundation wasn't laid when you were a kid, it's just not really possible. It's a powerful and maybe even a little sobering thought.
So, if childhood is the critical period, it kind of begs the question, right? Who are the main architects of this foundation? Well, this brings us to the absolutely massive and crucial role of parents.
A parent's job here can be broken down into 3 core missions. First, you've got to spark a genuine interest in learning, not just for the grades, but for the love of discovery. Second, you have to intentionally build resilience, and that means letting your kids face challenges and even fails sometimes so they learn how to get back up. And third, find them good guides, mentors, teachers, anyone who can help foster these qualities.
But here's the thing. Parents are not the only ones in the driver's seat. There is another, equally powerful force at play, and that is the child's own choice. Ultimately, that's the decisive factor. Just imagine this real-world scenario. A kid grows up with 2 very different role models. You've got a hard-working, super responsible mom, and then you have a dad who's, well, a bit more passive, maybe not so engaged. As that kid hits their teen years, they're at a crossroads. Which path will they choose to follow? Who will they decide to be like? And that is the absolute heart of the matter. A child's success ultimately comes down to their own internal desire and their conscious choice to follow the good guides in their life. If a child makes that choice, they can build their own success no matter where they started from. But if they don't truly want it, no amount of outside help can make it happen for them.
So we're left with this one last powerful question to think about. As parents, as a society, we focus so much on giving kids things, resources, opportunities, every advantage. But are we also giving them the single most important tool they'll ever need, the clarity and the strength to make the right choices for themselves?